That's what you get when you get elected. Look at that. All right, everybody, welcome, and it's really great to have you. These help you, right? Because it feels like I could just talk, but, well, all right. So, welcome to First Monday. It is a convergence of a lot of issues that have been percolating and are all coming to a head right around the same time, and it's really exciting. As I've been describing it, it feels like MusicPortland and the Music Policy Council have been pushing rocks up a hill for about 4 years, and we just are starting to hit the top of the hill, and things are starting to happen faster, which the call to all of you is that we're going to need you more. You know, we've spent 6 years gathering together and building up some solidarity. Now's the time we need everybody to click in. So we're going to be going through some of the things that are happening. One thing that's happening is on May 25th at 7 p.m. at the Tomorrow Theater, you'll hear about this a couple more times, we are going to be screening The Day the Music Stopped, which is a documentary from Nashville that talks about how Nashville didn't support its music ecology. It allowed anybody and everybody to come in and buy it up. It didn't take care of housing issues. It didn't support its creative class, and it created business models that absolutely left the artists behind. So there will also be followed by an interview with the filmmaker and the film subject, and Jamie's going to be running a program talking about our situation here. That's going to be a really good event at the Tomorrow Theater. There's also the Panorama Film Festival is going on right now, and this group trying to revive, I think, PIF as it was before, and they've done a lot of work specifically programming music-relevant content, music films and panels and things like that, and we've been trying for a long time to really build intersections between the film and music community, and I think that their efforts are well placed, but I hope that people will go out and see these films and support this festival so that they know that we're with them and we want to keep growing it. And we're here because we want to make sure that when times are bad, we stay together. I think all of us need to gather for good right now, and a lot of the stuff that's happening with music here is good. And let's remind ourselves that we have power, and the power that we have is by standing together. So now we're going to give you a bunch of info about the things that are happening and the things that we would like your help with. So a very quick one is at the state level, Oregon's legislator Pam Marsh, at the behest of the Brit Music Festival, created a bill that is trying to stop resellers and bots. So the people, StubHub and, all the places that will buy up inventory of shows on the off chance that they might have more value than the ticket price. And then they intercept many of the sales moments by creating sites that look just like the venue. They sell the ticket. If the person doesn't go, or the ticket doesn't sell, they don't care. The venue's wondering why a sold-out show is half empty when they make their money on, on the things that they sell at the show. So it's really been damaging our music ecology here. The bill, just as of 5 o'clock today, just had a whole load of new amendments. Some of you, a number of MusicPortland people wrote in when we asked them to, when it had the first round of amendments from the music venues across the state. Another whole set just came in, and I haven't even had time to read them yet, but it's going to be a fight. These people are powerful, and so we really need people when we call you to stand up and help us with that. Next up, we've got Jamie. Counselor Duncan.
Thank you. Friends, you guys know that we've been talking about repealing Title 14A30 for the last 4 years. It's happening, and it's starting tomorrow. If any of you are available, there are some QR codes on those tables that are directs you to a link where you can submit written testimony. I need your help getting some folks to submit some written testimony. Honestly, 2 sentences, this is a good idea, would be great. For those who don't know, Title 14A30 is our conflicting noise code. It's the one that allows police to decide something is too loud and shut it down without taking a measurement. We are starting the process of actually repealing this. So it's very exciting. We're going to have our first reading in the Public Safety Committee tomorrow, and then there will be another opportunity in about a month for a full city council hearing. So my ask to all of you, please help me get some folks on the record to testify. You don't have to come down if you're available tomorrow afternoon, starting from 2:30. It's probably around 3 o'clock. I would love to see you, but if not, please submit some written testimony so folks know it's not just me yelling about this over and over again. And to demonstrate that we do have the community support. This is the first in a series of meaningful policies that we will be pushing through the city council in the next year. But tomorrow is the first day on it. So please help me try and spread the word. If you can reach out to your networks and get some extra folks to testify, it's really going to be meaningful. So it's very exciting. It's happening finally. And is that all I'm talking about?
Hey, Jamie?
Yeah.
Can those be done by Zoom?
Yes.
And so where's the information to?
If you follow the same link, it will have sign up. There should be a link for the thing, but I'll send it out also. And we'll share that around. Yeah, the QR code will get you to where the live. There we go. Yeah. It will get you to where it's streaming live if you just want to watch, or if you want to join the Zoom meeting and testify. All the links are on there. So it won't be a particularly long hearing tomorrow. It's going to be just the first part of it. So we got to be able to show up for the full council, and we're just laying the groundwork. So cool.
Hey team, my name is Brendy. I'm a musician and a track coach for Grant High School. Go Gens! A lot of cool things are happening on the noise policy field. As Jamie mentioned, Title 14A30 is likely going to be repealed, and I do a lot of work with the noise office on our other noise code, Title 18. Right now, I'm serving on a noise advisory work group. It's me representing the music community, another musician, a few folks representing construction and PIR, Portland International Raceway. So a lot of different kind of noise events. And what we're doing in tandem with the noise office and the noise review board is going line by line with Title 18 and updating it. It has not been updated in 20 years, and this is a rare opportunity that it's being updated. I bring this up because the city has recently opened up open forums for the public to come and speak, specifically geared towards the music industry and those who practice music. They want your voice heard. We just had the first meeting last week or 2 weeks ago, and we got a good number of heads to show up, but more is always better. There's a couple things that we might ask for you. One of which, well, first I'll lay this out. It's good to come to these things with an agenda. It's too easy to think that they've heard every single problem before and that yours is a unique perspective. We need, leading into things, we're gathering numbers. We have a survey for you to fill out, along with some written testimony. Right now, the city has a lot of protections in place for performances and for venues, but there's not so many protections in place for things that happen at home in residential areas. And how much of our practice goes on at home? Either practicing your instrument, rehearsing with your band, or recording, tracking things at home. Portland is a lovely place to play music and to meet musicians, but practice spaces are scarce and expensive. And not many musicians who are also working other jobs can shell out another $200 to $300 at least for a 10 by 10 space. For our next meeting, we're going to be focusing on these spaces, on residential areas, and what we can do to make those more accommodating for musicians when dealing with neighbors, when dealing with noise complaints. So, to the survey, if you have had any experience practicing at home at all, we want that number. If you have had experience with a noise complaint, we want that data too. It's maybe takes 5 minutes tops to fill out the survey. It's like 5 questions, and there's space for you to write in your written testimony afterwards. That would be a great help. Another would be if you're interested in joining us for one of the community meetings, we want to hear from you. After this, we're going to be breaking into some small work groups. I'll be sort of leading the charge in that Title 18 one. Maybe get your name, some contact info, and we have not. They haven't updated us on the next community meeting with the Noise Office, but as soon as they do, we'll probably, if you give us your email, if you're part of the Music Portland family, you'll likely hear from us in a newsletter. Do I have anything else? I don't think so.
Let me check.
Great.
No, I think it's on to Renee.
Beautiful.
Do you
Thanks.
have your notes?
I would, there you go. All right, I've got this guy, so might as well, if we have 2 mics, I'll use the other one. Okay, so this is the third of the 3 actions that we're here tonight to talk about. How many of you are familiar with the PCC Music and Sonic Arts program? Okay, so about half of us. Okay, it's just across the street. It's at this location, the Cascade campus, Portland Community College. And right now, due to potential budget cuts, that program is on the chopping block, basically. We're waiting to find out. I think it's one of 14 programs they're looking to cut, potentially. And it's very important that we don't let that happen. There's very few programs in town that, I say town, Portland, that actually prepare students for technical skills in the music industry. It's one thing to go get a music degree and learn how to play an instrument and be really good with theory and go into teaching, and that there's nothing wrong with that either. However, today's commercial music industry, which is what Music Portland is all about, is really like contributing heavily to the economy here. And the way we do that is we need some trained, experienced people to go into audio and to go into engineering and to know how to navigate putting out an album and stuff like that, and not just the playing part of things, right? So there are about 5 full-time staff and more part-time staff there that may potentially lose their jobs if this program is cut. In addition to, and it's a growing program. I think there were 75 people enrolled this year, and it just keeps growing. So it kind of doesn't make sense for them to think about this. But of course, how familiar are we with music or the arts being on the chopping block? And so this, again, it is also a very affordable and accessible program. Being at a community college, it feeds directly into, you can take your credits to PSU and finish there, into the music program there. And a lot of the students there are underserved as well. So cutting this program makes a huge impact on future professionals that we need in this industry. So the third QR code that you see on this poster is for a very short, it probably takes just a few minutes, 3 to 5 minutes to fill out. Asks, especially if you are a music professional or music stakeholder that hires contractors or would find value in hiring somebody that had a music and sonic arts degree on their resume or whatever, then we would love for you to fill that out and submit a letter of support. And it has to happen tonight. They're due tonight. They're going to be turning this into the administration tomorrow. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about that right now. It'll come to me. But if you have any questions, what we're going to do is me, Brendy, and Jamie are going to kind of go into our little corners. Like, we're going to break out a little bit. And if you, we have and you can come to us and ask questions if you want, and go ahead and scan the QR code and go ahead, and we'll give you time to actually take action on all these things tonight together, because, if there's anything we do, like as Mara was saying, we all have more power than we realize, and I think that it's important for us to show up in person. Yes, this is a small crowd tonight, especially for us, but this is a good crowd, and I'm glad we're all here doing this together, because it is one of the things that we have in our control when there's a lot of chaos out there right now. So small but mighty things we can do for our music community. So thanks. The last thing I want to say, I just want to tag on one other thing. The next First Monday we already have planned, and it's going to be like a mini Gear Fest. So I don't know how many of you might have gone to our other Gear Fests years ago, maybe. Anyway, we have 4 local gear makers coming to 5 Star Guitars. It's in Beaverton, and we're setting up where they're going to do some demos, and we'll have Prosper Portland coming to speak and talk about how the city is supporting the instrument and gear sector here. So please plan on coming to that. It's actually maybe the first time we've gone a little bit on the outskirts of Portland, so don't be afraid to make the trek. It's actually only like 10 minutes. It's really actually pretty quick drive. So
Beaverton's still in the state, right?
it's still in the state, yes. That's a good question. So I think that's all I've got. I think we can break out and do this. Does anyone have anything else to say?
One other quick thing. You all may have heard, many of you are actively involved in, you've heard of the Music Policy Council. It is the advocacy specifically focused sort of committee of Music Portland. We're changing a bit of how the work we do, and there's a lot of opportunities for folks to get involved. Specifically, we are breaking the Music Policy Council into subcommittees that are going to be able to, outside of our regularly scheduled meeting, work on a specific issue. Right now, we have identified like 10 different committees that we are trying to stand up. And if anybody is interested in getting involved in any of these, we would welcome your participation. Specifically, we are forming committees on all ages access, downtown live work spaces, equity and access, the broader legislative agenda, liquor licensing reform, nuisance code reform, which is what we're doing tomorrow, noise code reform, which is what Brendy was talking about. We have a subcommittee about Live Nation, which is, there's not a lot to do right this second, but there will be later. I will tell about that, yeah. I'll give a Live Nation update. We're looking to, we have some subcommittees focused on a broader legislative package of music-related policies for the city of Portland. We have a committee on music economy and career development. We have a strategic planning committee, and we have committees on venues. So if you're interested, let me know. I'd love to get you involved. Last update, Live Nation. As you guys all heard, we tried really hard to get the previous city council to deny the building permits for it. We lost that fight. In the time since then, David Lycan, the former owner of the Roseland, actually filed a formal appeal of that and appealed it to the Land Use Board of Appeals at the state. There are a number of other venues who are specifically involved in this now. Music Portland is not specifically involved in it at this moment, but when LUBA, the Land Use Board of Appeals, rules on it, we believe, and that should happen in the next month or two, we think that the most likely scenario will be that they will kick the case back to the city council to make another decision. So there will be work to be done there. I don't know the specifics of timeline, and I am doing my best to not learn extra because I'm on the city council and I want to be part of that. So more to come, but it's not dead yet. So.
Also, the DOJ is still has the case, despite despite our administration right now. The case is still there, and we have not lost that opportunity to, fight them at a federal level yet, at least. One more thing I wanted to say is that please take these QR codes or just please share these things with your friends. You guys have a lot of networks, I'm sure. We can do all we can here, but please spread the word to get all of these actions out. So really important that we get as much participation as possible. So thanks. I think we'll just take, the rest of the time to get some of these things done and then, continue schmoozing.
Given that we're so small, does anybody have any immediate questions?
Yeah. And if you do, maybe on the mic since we've got a camera. Or I can repeat them.
Anybody? No?
Okay.
That goes right to schmooze then.
I guess schmoozing.
We're
Okay.
sledding to schmooze.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
Excellent. Thanks, you all.